Boom shakalaka, the last 72 hours are ticking for Bitcoin. Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, the last 72 hours ticking for Bitcoin. Things could go insane because Bitcoin has not done this in 8 years. Before we get into it, guys, like the video, join us on Twitter at @CryptoLove, where we share all of the charts from today's video, and subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and Crypto YouTube channel, making daily videos for over 7 years. That's a long time. Now today, Fear and Greed Index at 72, down from yesterday's 75 greed, and last week's extreme greed that apparently disappeared because when markets go down, people forget they were that extremely greedy. Now, market just a little above sideways today. Bitcoin still at $69,000. Thank goodness. 69,617. Ethereum at 2,500. BNB at 575. Now, if we take a look at Bitcoin, got rejected from the previous all-time high at $73,000, finding support on the rejection from July and also back a bit earlier. When was this? And later October, finding support back there. The 21 EMA coming up very quickly to potentially support Bitcoin there as well. Now, before we get into some crazy things for Bitcoin, like this thing that Bitcoin hasn't done in 8 years, we do have to note that Bitcoin did just close October with only 11% gains. Sounds cool, but if we take a look, in previous Octobers, when there were less than 20% gains, which is only 4 out of the last 14 or so, well, guess what? The November that followed was pretty bad. So if Bitcoin was to go par for the course, might not have a great November. But on the other hand, we just might, because the US presidential elections historically have triggered massive market gains for Bitcoin and for cryptocurrencies. You can see in 2012, 2016, and 2020, Bitcoin went on an absolute tear right after elections. We have yet 72 hours-ish until the elections, and then Bitcoin will take off and we'll see things we've never seen before, maybe. Right now, it does appear like Bitcoin could be at a pretty low price. I mean, we've been here for 8 months now, but this price where Bitcoin is at $70-ish thousand, let's say $69,000 because that's the coolest ever. Well, this is priced the same as Bitcoin at $1,700 in 2017 before it went to $20,000, or the same as $13,000 Bitcoin before it went to $70,000. So we are at $69,000 before it goes. How high is the question? Taking a look at the MVRV Z-score tells us that Bitcoin has plenty of headroom before we will reach a peak in a sell-off period. So there's a lot of upward room for Bitcoin to go, and Bitcoin has never done this thing before. And this is even a thing that I was going to tell you hasn't happened in 8 years. This is a never before happened for Bitcoin. The dormancy flow looks to have bottomed in the long-term value zone, which is this green area right here. But this is the first time this has ever happened when Bitcoin is pretty much at a previous all-time high. Every other time, it was a market bottom every single time. Well, this time, it's pretty much a market top, and the dormancy flow has bottomed, which tells us, yeah, likely going up a lot higher. The 2-month Williams percent are in this territory. Extremely bullish, has signaled the every single bull run so far, once again entering this zone of signaling the bull run for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin did not do this last cycle, but it did do it in the 2 previous cycles in which we had blow-off tops. So will we have a blow-off top this time? What is this? Well, this is when the Fisher transform goes from negative to positive. Happened here in 2012, here in 2016. It did not happen in 2020, but it happened once again. Could we have a massive blow-off top for Bitcoin? And what could that mean for prices? Well, here's a potential estimate. Right now, we're taking a look at 2-month RSI entering the 70 territory, which has signaled explosive price gains before, 11,000%, almost 3,000%, 400 some percent. Well, based on that descending trend, that would still put Bitcoin at $130,000 per Bitcoin. Or how about this? If we take a look, historically, Bitcoin has peaked between the 1.618 and the 2.272 fib levels in each cycle from the top to the bottom. This was 2.272. This was 2.272. This is 1.618 because we all got wicked off and there was no Fisher transform at that period. But we have a Fisher transform, which would suggest we would hit that 2.274, 2.272 territory again. And we're definitely not going to get wicked off this time, right? I can't guarantee that. But if we were, that would put price somewhere between $174,000 and $462,000 per Bitcoin. And it gets better. Taking a look at altcoins right now, we are on the verge of a massive bullish cross right here for altcoins. When this happened previously, this was the beginning of an absolutely enormous alt season. And take a look at the altcoin of altcoins, not Ethereum, not Solana, not any other ones you're looking at, Dogecoin. Taking a look, the Dogecoin Bitcoin 2-month Bollinger Bands are the tightest ever. Tighter than before the historic move back in 2021. And Bollinger Bands, when they get very tight, afterwards, an explosive move happens. Like when your butthole gets really tight because you have diarrhea, an explosive move happens afterwards. We could see that same type of explosive celebration with Dogecoin coming up. It could go pretty high, but we'll kind of have to see. Exciting times. So that's all for this episode. If you enjoyed it, like the video, join us on Twitter through Crypto Love, where we share all of the charts from today's video. Also subscribe to the OG Bitcoin Crypto YouTube channel, and YouTube says watch that video right there. I'll catch you later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.